Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Joffrey Noodle Legs here, and a bit of a different kind of video today. Today I'm going through buying second-hand exoterras. I'm in my front room at the moment guys, so sorry if it looks a bit different than my normal place. But yeah, I just bought some exoterras. Because they are very, very expensive to buy new. I went and bought some from a seller second hand, and here they are. I've got three here of 30 by 30 by 30. Now these are they tend to go for like about, if you look on Amazon, they tend to sell for about sort of £65 each, but I've managed to pick these up, all three of them, for like £100 delivered to my door in Sullivan. So yeah, I thought that was a bit of a bargain, because if you bought these all new, they'd be £65 each, so you're looking about £200. So to get three for £100 delivered to your door, it's really a no-brainer. So what you need to do when you get these is, obviously, before you actually buy them, get the seller to send you photos of them so you can have a little look, and you just check your little bit of condition, make sure that there's no sort of rust and stuff on the mesh lids if you're still going to be using those lids, which I am, and just look at this sort of like quality, make sure there's no broken glass. There isn't nothing broken, and just make sure they're all in that sort of nice sort of condition. Sullivan's sitting up there, look. That's what I tend to do. Then I give them, then I'm going to give them a clean up, get all that old substrate out, give it a bit of a clean up, and then I check it for any sort of leaks or cracks then. So what we need to do next is take these up to me bathroom, and we'll give them a bit of a clean up, shall we? Right then guys, here we are in my landing, me and Sullivan. So what we're going to do before we actually sort of wash them out, we need to get rid of any sort of old sort of substrate that's in there. So I'm on my landing at the moment. Obviously my house is a 4-storey house. So what I'm going to do, you might hear some noise. I'm going to be using my Hoover. It's going to be the quickest way to get out this substrate. So bear with me guys if you hear some noise. What I'm going to do is, let me just pop this down for a second. You look at Sullivan, his little cute face, while I just take this off the end of the Hoover. There we go. Now I'm going to turn the Hoover on guys, so you're going to hear some noise. And we're going in, getting off any excess sort of dirt, drying from out of there, because the last thing you want will be to sort of clog up your drains with any dirt of it, so make sure you clean all the dirt out before you go any further. More. Right. So we've got all these sort of old, thank you Henry, so we've got all the old substrate off, and I've taken the lids off, because what I'm going to do next is wash these out, and I don't want to do the lids. I will just clean them down with a bit of a cloth and some white vinegar. I'll do that bit afterwards. So what I'm going to do next is wash these out. then dry them, and then when they've done that, I will then go over them with some white vinegar just to get any stains off it. And once that's done, and I've sort of towel dried that off, I'll then use again just plain water, spray on top of it and clean that off just to get any residue of the white vinegar off. But there we go, they all look pretty much okay now. So what we're going to do now is wash them out. Right, so here we are in the bathroom. You're having a bit of a tour of my house at the moment, aren't we? So I've put them all in here in my shower unit. So this is a good thing to do this if you get second-hand ones, because you're not only cleaning them out, you're looking for leaks to see if there's any water that's leaking out of them. So excuse me guys while I just grab me a little shower head. We'll pop some water on, and we're just going to pour water into it. This will just be lukewarm water. I can shift the dirt off with a tissue, obviously, once I'm... but what I'm filling it up for with water for is just to see if there's anything leaking. And you can tell you would see dirt. And I can't see any dirt at the moment, so that's telling me there's no leak. So I'm going to give them a wash over. Let me turn that off, guys. There we go. I'll put that there. Whoops a daisy. I will sort that out, guys. I'm not worrying about that at the moment. Let me just pop you down there for a minute. So, what I'm going to do now, guys, get some tissue. And I'm just going to clean the dirt that's on the bottom. Oh, I should have done better than this. I should have had a cloth, a J cloth, to be honest, but I haven't got one at the moment on me. So what I'm going to do, guys, is tip the water out. I won't bore you by showing you every one, but just giving you the basic idea of this is the best way to do it. Alright, so this is what I'm doing here. Again, once you've got the water out, I'll go in with my tissue just to get any dirt off. I'm not worried about too much dirt on the bottom, to be honest with you. Simple reason being there's going to be substrate on top of it. But you get the general idea. So this is how I wash them out. So what I'm going to do is empty the water out of them all. I'm then going to take them up to the spider room. And then from then we're going to dry them out. And we're going to clean them with some white vinegar. So let's do that now then. Right, so here we are. I'm just in the midst of drying these out. I didn't want to bore you by just like doing it all on camera, because it would take a while. Again, because I've not finished cleaning them, I don't have to make it bone dry at the moment. I'm just getting most of the dampness off. Because what I'm going to do next is clean the glass a little bit, and I'm doing that by using white vinegar. So I'm just spraying it on the glass and the inside here. Do the outside in a minute. Actually, I'll spray the outside as well. Oh, smells like dinner now, fish and chips. So I'm just going to spray this one here. Then I'm going to go over it with some tissue, because this will help to remove any sort of watermarks that are on the enclosure. They are great at removing the watermarks. So what I'll do, I'll probably do one and then do the others off film, because again I don't want you to sit around watching me constantly cleaning up these enclosures. But yeah, a little bit sticky on there. It's probably where he's had labels, but again that comes off really well with the vinegar. Just go over it, guys, with the tissue, get the vinegar off. Comes off all right. Don't forget you've got your doors, because this is the bit where you'll be probably looking through the most, so you do really want the doors to be really nice and clean if possible. But I'll move this slightly, guys. You probably won't get a camera shake so much. So yeah, we're cleaning the doors now, and the bottom piece. There we go. It's never going to be 100% dry when you're doing this, guys. It just won't. This is just to remove any sort of water stains from the glass. It's not really cleaning as such, the actual, but it does help to remove those water stains. And if they're quite deep, there's a deep one there, just again give it an extra little spray and that will help to remove it. Just remove any sort of water stains, just because although you can perfectly easily just put them in it, to be honest, after you've washed it out, just I always think it's nice to get a better view of your spider. So when I've done that, I'm just going to give it one more little wash out. Just let me put some air into my water device. There we go. I don't need a lot, just going to give it a little bit of an inside, not worrying about the outside, but I just want to give that inside an extra little wipe out, just because I want to try and remove any sort of vinegar sort of smell, and because obviously vinegar is acidic. It doesn't harm the spider, the white vinegar, but I'm sure it's not going to be a nice or pleasant sort of like odour or experience for them. So we just do that extra little in there just to get it all off. And that, guys, is pretty much what I do when if I get second hand enclosures. If you get brand new, you don't really need to do all this. I would if you do get brand new, I would recommend that you do give it a little wash out before using it, because it's been sitting probably in the factory, you know, and you don't want that. So, and the other things that you're looking for when you get a second-hand one is to make sure everything works on it. We'll do that in a second. Like I said, I'm just going to do the one here, guys. I'll do these other two off film, so you're not sat watching me clean them all out. Alright. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to just clean out these two, and then we'll go through to make sure that they're all working alright. Right, so here we are. So now we've cleaned them, we've dried them, we've gone over with the white vinegar to remove any water stains, and we've gone over again with a little spray of me sprayer, as you just saw. Alright, so I've done all three. So now we're just going to check them out slightly, make sure they're all in good. So let me match the lids up with them. Right, and here we go. So what you're going to try first of all, guys, is make sure that your lids are fitting. We'll do that by making sure they clip in. That one's clipped in really well. It's got the little sliders, so you can close them, because you don't want any spider or food escaping. So that's there, and there's no rust on there, there's no holes on there. So you're just checking for things like holes, rust, any damage to the lid that could cause your spider to escape or hurt itself. So then we go to this one. This one's a more of a modern one. It's got the new lid on it. I actually prefer the older ones. I think the lids are so much easier. you've got to prat around with this one, lining these things up to get them all in the right place. So bear with me. There we go. And then all the clips work. Turn them around, guys, making sure that they all turn around, you know, that you can safely close your enclosure and it's secure. Also got my things there, which is great, which means I can close those up so nothing can escape. That lid's fine. So the last one again is one of the old school ones. If you'll see the lid, that's so much easier, isn't it? And again, it's got my sliders and they're working. So they're all working in perfect order. Let's bring you over. There's no rust on these, as you can see. There's going to be some discoloration because some of them are old. It's not rust, it's just discoloration because of the age. So the next thing we're going to test is the doors. So we're making sure we can open them. There we go. Nothing stops it from working either side. You see what I mean, guys? Cleaning it all up. It's just like a brand new enclosure. So we're making sure we can close them and that the lock works. There we go. That was fine. Again, test this one. This one should be fine. So this is a newer model. Gonna have some bits of water, guys, but don't worry too much. This water will dry out, you know. The only time you really need to really dry it out thoroughly is if you're going to be using one immediately. I am going to be using one immediately because I'm going to rehouse my Grandma Stola Hyingeri. So when I do that, I will make a video of that and she'll go in one of these enclosures. So again, just making sure the door's alright, the lock's okay. Okay, so now we're going to shut the doors. Awesome. So they are all in good working order. And now they're all cleaned up. I've got 3 enclosures there. £200 worth of enclosures for £100. Cannot complain, can you really? It's half price. Yes, they've been used before. 2 of them are the older models, but they do the same job. It doesn't matter. As long as they don't come all rusted, broken or cracked glass, they're going to do exactly the same as a brand new one. You can clean them up and make them just as nice and clean and spanking new as you would if you're a brand new one. You won't be able to tell the difference, really, you see, than a brand new one, apart from the coloration on some of the mesh. But that's just due to age as well, you know. It just will happen. And these are replaceable. You can buy these. I don't recommend them to buy them because sometimes they work out as expensive as the enclosure itself. But there you are. You've got to weigh that up. You've got to think, do I buy a new lid or do I buy a new enclosure at the same price? So, you know, but that's up to you. There we are, guys. I've just given you a quick brief over what to sort of like, this is what I do if I get second-hand enclosures. I hope you've got some sort of idea if you decide to go down and get some second-hand ones, what you're looking for. So if we have a little summary, contact the seller, speak to them and organise a good price for them, ask to see photos, ask to see what condition they're in, you know, if there's any cracks or breaks or is it rusted, you know. Like my seller just said, no, all he's got, obviously he's got watermarks, he said on there, but apart from that, so they're all in operating good condition, and they all are. So you raise the price, you obviously arrange a date, whatever you're going to do, the way you're going to do your transaction, if he's going to drop them off or you're going to pick them up, bring them home and do the test, like I said. Take the lids off, hoover them out, get any old stuff out, wash them all out. Like I said, I use my shower to do that. It's just easier. Give them a wash out, empty them out, dry them out, clean them with, clean the water stains off with the white vinegar. That's just regular white vinegar. that you could buy anywhere. Just white vinegar. That will get your water stains off. And then go over again with your spray over your water just to get the white vinegar off. And then I'll probably leave them for a while, you know, leave them for a day or so to completely dry out. And then they're good to go. Right, before I leave the video, let's just thank a few people. First of all, I want to thank James, who I brought these from. And I'd like to thank Ads from Yorkshire Teas, who put me in touch with James. So I'd like to thank you for these and the good deal he gave me on these. I'd like to give a shout out to a few YouTubers out there. Obviously, my usual YouTubers I like to watch: Mark the Spider Guy, Peter Webster, Unusual Pets, Spider Mum 1978, RS Designs, Reptile Innovations, Incredible Inverts Other Animals, Tea in the Deep Blue Sea, Annie Arachnids, Robbie's Talking Teas, Moon Over Miami, Tarantula Dan. I'm going to forget a few guys because I watch so many of you, but you're all amazing, absolutely fantastic channels. Dave's Little Beasties, you know, Tarantula-tastic Enclosures, all incredible channels. You know, 8 Legs 4 Wheels. Please check them out. Moon Over Miami, if I haven't already said him. But yeah, check out his channel. Right then, guys, we'll leave that there. I hope that's been showing you a little something, and I hope it has not been too boring for you. Anyway, until I see you next time, look after yourselves, and I really do hope I'll see you all soon.